Aspinall says he wasn't joking about saying that his next fight will be announced soon. He was also saying that Jones is
Can
retired.
you tell us about the latest update, or is this stuff you can't get into?
Oh, well, mate, I want to keep my job, so I don't want to say too much, but I said what I've said on other interviews and stuff, and it's, people think I'm joking, but it's the truth. So I'm not the kind of guy to like pull any media stunts or anything like that. Like what I'm saying is the truth, and it will be announced pretty soon, as far as I'm aware.
Interestingly, Francis Ngannou's coach Eric Nixick says that Ngannou would be down to come back to the UFC. He told Home of Fight, enough time has passed. I would love to see them mend the fences and get back to competing in the UFC. 100% Francis would be open to return to the UFC. I think it's more about business than it is about ego, at least from Francis's side. Now, where does his motivations come from? It's not about money. It's about competition, and the best competition is in the UFC. That'd be tremendous if they could do Ngannou versus Aspinall. That would be an amazing fight, and people would just, forget about Jones versus Aspinall if that fight doesn't happen. Like, Ngannou versus Aspinall would be an amazing fight. The big sticking point is Dana hates Ngannou. He said he'd never do business with him again, and I believe him when he says that, but at the same time, he's a businessman. This would be great for the UFC. It'd be great business for the UFC. They can maybe just have Hunter Campbell deal with Ngannou and have Dana White on the side and not deal with Ngannou at all. Because the UFC heavyweight division needs a guy like Ngannou, because it's terrible. Aside from a couple guys at the top, it's a horrible division. They really need it. And the people have talked about how the UFC lacks stars. They have a star problem. They need more stars. Ngannou's a huge star, so they need him. They should get him back. If they could do Aspinall versus Ngannou, that'd be tremendous. And Jon Jones talking like the way he beats Aspinall is never letting him fight him at all. Someone asks him, how do you defeat Tom? But not even giving him the chance. Regarding vacating the belts, Jon Jones puts all the responsibility on the UFC, not him. I spoke to UFC a long time ago what my future plans were. I haven't worked out since my last fight in New York City. Honestly, I believe it's the UFC's best interest presenting me as the company's champ, not Tom. I've been playing the role of the company man, doing nothing at all and holding the position. Truthfully, it's been incredibly lucrative. I made more money off Tom being the interim champ than Tom has himself. Sucks that the rest of the division got slowed down like this, but has nothing to do with me. I don't pull the strings, so him not vacating the belt, he just shifts all the responsibility to the UFC. DDP scheduled to defend his title versus Chimaev at UFC 319, August 16th in Chicago. If Chimaev pulls out of the fight within 2 weeks of the fight, he'll fight the replacement, Amavov. But if it's more than 2 weeks out that he pulls out of the fight, he's not going to fight Amavov. He will wait to fight Chimaev.
The track record's not good. 6 pullouts, 8 fights. She has 8 wins, you see 6 pullouts. There is a 50% chance almost, like what's that, 60% of fights versus he has a 40% chance of pulling out. But that's not how I work. I train for the fight. I have to be honest, if he pulls out of this fight early, I will not fight Imamov. Because I want to fight Hamzat. I don't want anything else. If I'm already there, 2 weeks, I'll fight Imamov if he pulls out. But if he pulls out on 4 weeks, I'm not going to fight. I'll wait for him to be ready because I want to beat him because he's the best right now. I want to fight only the best of the best. And Imamov deserves this.
He's a number one contender.
He's number one contender, but, he beat a guy that I just beat. So,
what do you think of him?
I think he's a great fighter. I'm a fan of his style. I think he's great. I think Imamov's very, very good. In my opinion, I think Imamov versus Kyle Baralo for a number one contender fight. That's what I think.
Nasirino Mava says, thanks for the compliments, DDP, but you're not Jon Jones. If something happens, you're not going to block anything. If you're not ready to defend, leave the place. If DDP and Hamzat does go through in August, for September in Paris, they could do Amavov headlining that show against Kyle Bahayo.
Okay. What's up? Hey, I was just calling to tell you I care about you, and I'm glad that your mental health's great. Everything's going well, and good morning. Have a very good morning.
What kind of bullshit is this?
What do you mean? I can't just call you and wish you a good morning?
No.
So as a friend, I just call and say, hey, good morning, Justin.
That's not how my friends show me love.
All right, man. Well, good morning.
My mom calls me in the morning.
Good morning, man. That's it.
Where are you?
All right. Bye, Justin.
Where are you?
I'm going to work, man, because some of us have jobs. Not okay with like just feelings and emotions.
Yeah, you're my really good friend. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm
All right.
glad you know, safe trip into town, and
Right.
I wish I could go with you today. Hang
Good morning. I gotta go, Justin. Oh, those are nice. Bye. You guys showing off the new shoes and shit.
Ariane De Silva missed weight by 6 pounds for a fight with Wang Tong, but the fight goes on. She forfeits 30% of her purse to Wang Tong. Took everything for Kayla Harrison to make 135 pounds. Achieving 135 represents more than a successful weight cut. It's my testimony. Early mornings, late nights, tears, discipline. When no one was watching, quiet faith that carried me when I was tired and overwhelmed. All glory to God. Isaiah 41:10. Hakeem Dawodu no longer on the UFC roster. He last fought a couple years back against Cub Swanson. Dropped the decision in that fight. Prior to that, he fought against Julian Erosa 1 year before, and he lost a decision there as well. Crone Gracie, also no longer on the UFC roster. I think people don't mind that. I mean, his last 3 fights, he lost his last 3 fights. The Cub Swanson fight was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining. Like, they just kind of went to war eventually in the 3rd round on the feet. But the Charles Jourdain fight, he just laid on his back and invited him into his guard. In 2023, doing that is kind of crazy. And then in 2024, he got knocked out by Bryce Mitchell. He tried the same strategy, just kind of sort of pulling guard or going to his back and inviting Mitchell to his guard. But he was met with elbows and got KO'd in round 3. All in all, like, his UFC career started off really good. He had that win over Caceres in 2 minutes and 6 seconds by rear naked choke, but it went downhill from there. There's just big gaps of inactivity in his career, like between 2019 and 2023, those 4 years he had no fights. And all in all, his whole career was kind of inactive in the sense that he has 8 fights in 10 years. Kevin Holland doesn't seem to like Bilal Muhammad too much. I don't know what the origin of that is, if they had some sort of beef, but he doesn't really seem to like him too much, at least not his fighting style.
And just last one for me, your reactions to the new champion at welterweight with Jack, a guy that you had history with.
Oh, yeah, I think it's amazing. I remember I said a while back between Duplessis and Bilal, which one was a better champ to watch. And I think that, of course, Homer Simpson over there, freaking dude's fucking wild, but he's such a fun person to watch fight. Duplessis is a better champ to watch than Bilal, so it was pretty cool to see Bilal lose the belt. I thought Bilal was going to lose the belt regardless. I've been said a long time ago when Islam was teaching him how to hold the belt that if it wasn't somebody else that take the belt from him, it'd be Islam. So I thought Islam was going to come up regardless and take it.
What did you make of that fight between Jack and Bilal? Because I think even fans were surprised at maybe just how exciting it was between those two.
I mean, Bilal's best win to me was Sean Brady. I was shocked that he ever beat Brady, but I've never thought the world of Bilal. It's like he's a hard worker. He puts in the work, but I mean, camps boil down to who's going to put in the most work. And as long as you outwork Bilal during the camp, you could damn sure outwork him in the fight. So it's like that's all he really has is work ethic.